Finding kosher in super cool places is what we do. Today we're finding a very specific kosher spot, one that is part of a much larger global chain of restaurants. This is Miznon Kosher, Bellworks, Holmdel, New Jersey. This is a chain, a global chain of restaurants built on Tel Aviv-ian handheld food and the brainchild of one of Israel's greatest chefs, Eyal Shani. The New Jersey option is fully kosher, the Manhattan option is fully kosher. I'm gonna start with something called a Batata. I love eating foods with words that I love saying, so Batata is a word I like to say. It means a sweet potato, or a yam. But this is always the way I like to eat it. It's just roasty, toasty, to the point that the inside is almost kind of like a sweetie pudding. And then they give you some sort of dip. We're gonna dip it. Oh, that is almost wonderful and delicious in like a certain kind of way, like an artichoke. It's just sweet confluence of flavors. I'm a simple guy, I love simple things. This is my jam, Batata. This is a steak sandwich in a pita. It's that soft kind of fluffy pita. It has that great kind of savory, salty kind of great flash steak. Everything is going to be delicious and spot on perfect. That's a great, great killer steak sandwich because you have a lot of things going on here. You start with that great kind of fluffy pita. You get that great meat to fluffy pita ratio and just the perfect kind of zingy, salty, spices to go along with everything that are just because you have such that fluffy pita. It's so concrete and satisfying. This is called a bag of meats. And what it is just a wonderfully griddled brisket with all the pickles and all the sauces in there. And you scoop and dip. I can already smell the griddle on the brisket, on that crispy. Like the way that meat is supposed to smell and taste when it's griddled. Yeah, that's a bag of meat that was cooked to be a certain kind of elementary satisfying. That is beef in a bag, but the flavors are very pronounced and super rich and satisfying. This is good eating. It's just great execution equals great food. This is called the intimate stew. And why is it called the intimate stew? Because this is a hearty bowl just for you. You may have to get down and dirty with it. What it is a traditional sort of an overnight cooked stew, which is fairly familiar to all parts of the kosher identity. Shabbos has this thing. Yeah. I love root vegetables, and they're always featured in real Middle Eastern kind of stews. And then you have a spicy and a full-on kind of almost Hawaii, Middle Eastern-y, scenty to the stew. This is like a Middle Eastern bubbly stew. Broken chicken, Za'atar grilled chicken with harif and onions. This is even in heft and hand feel and wah, wah. One of the most pronounced flavors here is the Za'atar, which is almost like a spread. It's more than just a coating, and it's hot, and there's that tahina cut, and it just kind of tastes spicy, green, and chickeny. To really just kind of end my night, I'm going straight for that lamb kebab. Pickles, sauces, everything just perfectly defined and built, and all the expectations is just delicious, delicious house of sandwich in a pita. So many things are working there. Well, because it's such a well-built sandwich in a pita, the pita is a handheld kind of bowl, and you get those juices to the max between the pita and the hummus and the pickle and the cucumbers and everything else. You want that soupy bottom of sandwich kind of mix that is just so most excellent here. There are lots of Miznons all over the world. He has now made an effort to at least have 2 kosher ones in America. This is Holmdel, New Jersey, in some super cool, reusable mall of some sort. I can't even describe the space. What I am having is some of the best kosher sandwiching options run by one of the greatest kosher, non-kosher operators in the world. This is Miznon, a house of killer sandwich in a pita making space. Bellworks, Holmdel, New Jersey. Oh,